Well, the Serena Williams controversy isn't stopping anytime soon. It's now getting worse. Because somebody made a cartoon of the incident, and the left is calling it, well, take a wild guess.
Serena Williams' story and the controversy Saturday at the U.S. Open is still a point of discussion this morning and of controversy, and this time it's because of this. Now take a good...
Okay, let's look at this. We have Serena Williams jumping on her racket because she smashed in the thing and she was, complaining about her loss and the umpire and all that stuff. That is a depiction of the event that's a bit of a caricature, a bit of an exaggeration. That's what cartoons do. And then you have her opponent talking to the umpire. Pretty straightforward, okay? This is how people reacted.
Close look at a cartoon that appears in an Australian newspaper, and this is what people are talking about and criticizing it for what many say, Michael Serapio, sexist, racist, just any way you cut it, offensive. Tell me more about this.
How the fuck is it sexist? There were literally two women there. And he was allowing a woman to win, the umpire. It's not fucking sexist. And he's tough on men too. This is a fucking cartoon. What's sexist about? What's fucking racist? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I didn't even think of calling it that the left would call it racist. I didn't think of that at all, but I should know better. I should know better. Everything's racist now. Every time you mock or make a joke or have some fun with a minority, it's fucking racist, homophobic, xenophobic, whatever the fuck phobic, you name it, they'll call it that.
Yeah, well, you're right. And in fact, it's interesting because that final that you're referring to, Heather, was essentially slammed for showing sexism in professional sport.
How? Fucking how?
In tennis, as well as racism in a sport that is still predominantly white. But let's take a look.
Serena Williams is one of the best fucking tennis players, and she's fucking black. Just because it's predominantly black or white doesn't mean it's fucking racist. The NFL is predominantly black. The fucking football is black. Mostly. Is it racist then? Because if it is, they're doing a pretty shitty job of keeping black people out of football.
At that cartoon one more time, because this again was published by an Australian newspaper, and while
damn Australians.
Mark Knight, who is the artist behind this cartoon, if we take a look at it right now, Mark Knight does not play tennis, nor was he at Flushing Meadows on Saturday, but he did insert.
It's almost like he can make a fucking cartoon of whoever the fuck he wants.
Himself into this debate by drawing what he did, using essentially racist tropes to depict Serena Williams.
What fucking racist tropes are there? That's literally a caricature of what she looks like. I'll show a picture of her in a second so you understand. But Serena Williams is a very big woman. She's got very mannish features. She's a very big woman, a very powerful woman. She's impressive as hell as a tennis player. Like, her physicality is amazing. She's probably bigger and stronger than most men. Okay? And this is why she's drawn us, because this is what she fucking looks like for the most part. But that's what a character does. It's what somebody looks like for the most part, and it exaggerates features, exaggerates things, because people are funny looking. People are funny looking, and maybe we can make fun of that sometimes. Maybe we can have a little fun of that. It's not like the left has done that with all their Trump comics, have they?
Image that does not look like the 23-time Grand Slam winner.
Bullshit.
At all, but
it's a fucking caricature. It's not gonna look like it completely, you moron.
Instead draws on racist cartoons of the Jim Crow era in the United States.
Jesus Christ.
When cartoonists used...
He's fucking Australian. He probably doesn't even know what Jim Crow is.
Their art to demean and disempower black people.
How is she getting fucking demeaned and disempowered? She's a fucking multi-millionaire. Even though she lost this match, she is made a shit ton of money. She is just fine. She is very privileged.
The reaction has been swift, well beyond Australia's shores. Take a look at this tweet from British journalist Charles Thompson. And he says, in 100 years' time, the cartoon will be viewed no differently than images of Jim Crow or the newspaper cartoons drawn by Jack Johnson. Mark Knight has just drawn his way into the history books.
Oh, Jesus, fucking hyperbole. No, it's not fucking blackface or something crazy like that. It's literally a caricature of somebody that just happens to be black. I mean, this really triggers me because it's so silly. I mean, I'm not actually triggered. It's just they just keep doing it to such extreme, crazy extents, and people eat this shit up. They believe it and they push it like this fucking Canadian news channel is, and people on Twitter. You gotta call them out for it.
Another tweet here from J.K. Rowling, who says, well
Oh God, not JK.
done on reducing one of the greatest sportswomen alive to racist and sexist tropes. And
How the fuck? Okay, how the fuck is it sexist? How? There's another woman there talking to the umpire who won. No matter what the fuck happens in that match, a woman is going to win. Unless it's sexist because there's no men there winning. Unless that's the woke theory we have going on here. I don't know what the fuck J.K. Rowling always we were talking about. And it's not racist. I've already said it 50 times.
turning a second great sportswoman into a faceless prop. And that
Faceless? She has a fucking face!
last reference, let's take a look at the sprint.
Oh, she means the second person. It's because it's in the fucking distance.
Who she's referring to is Naomi Osaka, who won the final, who is of mixed race, Haitian and Japanese, but
Yeah, this is what's actually funny about this. Okay, she's in the distance, and you can tell, like, with the crowd right there. Cartoonists, when stuff's in the distance, cartoonists will draw things more simpler because you don't have to have as much detail, and they don't have much time. So, because they're cranking these cartoons out every day, so they got to do it as quickly as possible, make it look as good as possible. So I understand why it's drawn simply like that, but I'm actually a bit surprised, like, they didn't make her darker skinned. I don't know why they did that, but it's not racism. It's probably a stylistic choice, or maybe, they didn't want to print, extra colors because sometimes they're fussy with that. Like, I honestly don't know. But if anything, they should be complaining about that and not fucking Serena Williams. I mean, Jesus Christ.
who Knight, who is the artist, drew as a nearly white woman with blonde hair, essentially.
She has bloody blonde hair. My fucking God. I know it's dyed, but, like, you can see it right there.
Reinforcing his depiction of Williams. But Knight
How is that reinforcing its depiction of Williams? What?
is defending his work. Take a listen.
It was just about her poor behaviour on the date. Nothing to do with race. And it's called punching down. You can't punch down these days. And what that means is you can't criticise minority groups for poor behaviour. You just can't
Exactly. You're not allowed to do in the PC culture.
go there. But I'm a cartoonist and I comment on all topics because, the Herald Sun's a broad church. We look at everything and I can't say to myself, in all honesty, some areas are off limits to what you can say.
Nothing is off limits to comedy. The only line you can really draw is when shit isn't funny. Then you should stop making the joke.
And the Herald Times is the newspaper in Melbourne which published the cartoon. Now, the National Black Association,
National Black Association.
National Association of Black Journalists in the United States, Heather, they have already denounced the cartoon, calling it, quote, repugnant on many levels.
Fucking how is it? I genuinely don't get this. Fucking hell. Oh, look at the downvotes. Holy shit, let's add to that. God damn it, this is bad. Jesus, people. Oh, unbelievable. And here's what Serena Williams looks like. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. She's a giant woman. It's an impressive thing. It's amazing. That's why she's so good. But that's why the character exists, is because she's massive. She's bigger and stronger than most men. I mean, look at that. She's got muscle. That's why there you have a caricature of like that. And she's jumping up and down because she fucking smashed her tennis racket. And CNN joined the fucking crew on this one. The racist Serena cartoon is straight out 1910. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, God. What makes a bad editorial cartoon? Oh. I'm glad CNN's going to tell me this one. Mark Knight and some of his defenders will tell you the outcry against Serena Williams' cartoon roundly criticized Week for indulging noxious racist imagery or about political correctness, it fucking is, or progressives silencing of dissent. Yes, it is. Don't believe that argument. It depends on the belief that people are incapable of making aesthetic distinctions. No, it's because you people are stupid and you think everything's racist and you inject race in everything when it isn't there. An editorial newspaper defense cartoon. Good. It has nothing to do with race at all. It has to do with behavior. And that's what Serena Williams was doing. He exaggerates it by her jumping down, up and down the racket. Mark Knight is participating in a long tradition of black stereotype. What fucking stereotype? The Canadian broadcast didn't do it, and I read this whole article right. They don't mention once what stereotypes are depicted, what's racist, and what's sexist about. They don't say it at all. They just say it is because it is. That's not a fucking argument. Or what I call a tradition of visual imperialism. Whoa, we got some woke vocabulary we're learning today. I am sure some of you are rolling your eyes. Yeah, I already did. Believing that using the word imperialism is hyperbole, because it is. But if imperialism is about extending a nation's authority through colonialization, it is clear that European standards of beauty and fantastic representation of black grotesque have thoroughly colonized every genre and every medium. No! And what's the fucking, depictions that you're talking about? You never describe what it is. Knight's cartoon depends on a black grotesque seemingly natural, which makes it the very essence of visual imperialism. What the fuck does that even mean? One of our great losses in the overall decline of newspapers is a decrease of editorial cartoon on staff, but many people still circulate editorial cartoon on social media because gifted artists can find ways through the art of caricature. There you go. You fucking get it. I hope, but you don't. Precision of the pithy punchline and imaginative framing of events to either make us see something differently or perfectly capture what we feel in a uniquely expressive way. Thank fuck that CNN has at least a grain of what this guy was trying to do and what he did do. But you people are so stupid that you see race in everything. Now, this article just goes on to talk about fucking how it has to do with slavery and discrimination. But they show a bloody picture, of this to prove their point here, which I love. Knight's Serena cartoon, in its use of racist caricature, which they still don't describe what the racist caricature is very much in this tradition of condemning black citizenship in cartooning. What the fuck? It has nothing to do with that. This is insanity. Not only does it incorporate the most base representations of black women, which is what? You're not, what are you talking about? It also replicates imperialist visual themes, like a black grotesque and a victimized white woman. What the fuck are you getting this from? She's not fucking victimized. She's fucking, she is kind of the victim is the fucking umpire who's getting shouted at by Serena Williams, and Serena Williams throws her racket like a bitch. A whiny bitch. That's not sportsmanlike conduct. That's condemned everywhere because it looks weak and silly and wrong. His choice to render fellow champion Naomi Osaka, whose heritage is Japanese and Haitian, as a small blonde white woman she's kind of gray in the depiction. Remind me of another Australian cartoon. Oh God. It really just is. It gets more insane because they keep comparing it to Jim Crow. They say it's like this racist caricature, but look, she fucking smashed the tennis racket. That's what he's making fun of with her jumping up and down. It doesn't have anything to do with fucking race. Jesus Christ. It's really annoying because they get away with this, like I said. People eat this shit up and believe it. But let's look at some depictions of Obama that were in cartoons. Many of the depictions had like a very tall head, big ears, and a big mouth. Isn't that racist? I bet some people called it that. But I guess anything you do to a black person as a caricature is racist. Anything you do to a gay person would be homophobic. Even though I bet gay people are probably laughing along with it because they like to have a good time. Everybody likes to have a good time. Everybody likes fun in cartoons. It's you people keep injecting racism where there isn't any. See, look at all these caricatures. Look at all of them. Wouldn't the big ears be considered racist? I don't know. Apparently not. I don't know if they probably called it before, but you get my fucking point. And then look at Trump. Look at how they depict Trump. He's fat, he's orange. That's making fun of his skin tone. That's kind of racist. Funny hair. He's got funny look on his face. Oh, Kim Jong-un here is a bit fat. Isn't that racist toward Asians? God damn the racism. We gotta stop it, guys. It's unbearable. But, people are gonna forget about it soon. It's not gonna be in the fucking history books like that one person said. I mean, you gotta be retarded to think that. I'm sorry. I'm not using retarded in a word to demean actual retarded people. I'm using it as a fucking caricature of these people. It's a tricky word now. Ooh, that's a bit sexist. I mean, what my point here is, look, these are so many caricatures of people that it's common. This is what you do in cartoons. The people complaining about this obviously know nothing about cartoons, nothing about humor. They are just unfunny, boring, establishment, hack, elitist, journalists. They're not even fucking journalists. I don't know why I call them that. Just talking pundits. They just don't do any research. They don't do any interesting commentary. It's just social justice, postmodernist, feminist nonsense. And it's getting really annoying.